When I received my diagnosis for bipolar, it changed everything for me. Everything I needed was about the knowledge that allowed me to get the right support. It meant that I could face my fears head on, just like my mom has always taught me. And it's the start of a different kind of journey. But we all deserve support if and when we need it, no matter who we are. I believe connection matters. And I'm here to be a voice for those who maybe don't have one, or for those who don't feel like they have one. I'm here to reflect the young people who reach out to me every single day and trust me with their truth. Their love and devotion has completely helped me in my darkest moments, and for that I will always be in debt to them, and I want to just do everything I can.
In Hollywood, certain names shimmer with the kind of inevitability that makes awards season feel less like a competition and more like a coronation. Selena Gomez, however, has never been one of those names, and that has always been her quiet superpower. Her rise has been less a rocket launch and more a long, slow, luminous sunrise, undeniable, steady, and impossible to look away from once you've noticed the brilliance forming at the horizon. And now, at the 2026 Golden Globes, that sunrise has become a burst of full daylight. Gomez has officially secured her nomination for Best Performance by a Female Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, a moment that feels both inevitable and overdue. It's the recognition many felt she deserved years earlier, yet now that it's here, it means something deeper. Something harder earned. Something vitally hers. But this nomination is not merely an industry nod. It is the culmination of a story that has unfolded in whispers, breakthroughs, heartbreaks, reinventions, and above all, an unwavering commitment to authenticity in an industry that often demands the opposite. To understand why this moment resonates far beyond a red carpet announcement, you have to understand how Selena Gomez quietly rewrote what it means to be a modern celebrity: one layered joke, one introspective ballad, one honest interview, and one unforgettable scene at a time. For years, Hollywood didn't quite know what to do with Selena Gomez. Music? Absolutely, her voice had texture, vulnerability, and an emotional clarity that aged with her. Drama? Yes, her early performances hinted at depths that would eventually become unmistakable. Producing? Brilliant. 13 Reasons Why, Living Undocumented, and her culinary hit Selena Plus Chef proved she could spot cultural conversation from miles away. But comedy? No one saw that coming. Not even her most devoted fans. Then came Only Murders in the Building, the genre-blending, heart-stealing series that placed Gomez alongside literal comedy royalty Steve Martin and Martin Short. It was like watching someone step onto a tightrope suspended above legends and choosing not just to walk, but dance. Gomez didn't try to match their manic energy or decades-honed comedic timing. Instead, she played the stillness. The deadpan. The millennial exhaustion. The "I saw too much today and need therapy" shoulder shrug. It was a magic trick. By doing less, she became more. And audiences felt it. Her character, Mabel Mora, the seemingly unimpressed, semi-haunted, borderline sarcastic glue holding the trio together, became an instant fan favorite. Gomez's performance was dry, precise, and stunningly controlled. She was the calm in the comedic storm, the quiet eye of a delightful hurricane. Critics, who had long placed Selena Gomez in the successful but underestimated category, finally found themselves acknowledging what fans already knew: she wasn't just good. She was excellent. Exceptional, even. Her 2026 nomination isn't just recognition of one season of work, it's validation of a comedic identity she carved out with patience and intention. She didn't arrive loud, she arrived right on time. What makes Gomez's nomination so compelling is that it symbolizes a career shaped not by reinvention, but expansion. Selena Gomez has never abandoned any version of herself, she has simply added to the collection. The Disney star who captured a generation's heart? Still there, just more nuanced. The pop artist with a knack for emotional anthems? Still thriving, still evolving. The producer who pushes taboo topics into the spotlight? More fearless than ever. The entrepreneur behind a billion-dollar beauty brand? Reinventing the industry's relationship with mental wellness. The actress stepping into award season territory with quiet force? arriving in full bloom. This Golden Globes moment doesn't feel like a turning point, it feels like a convergence. Everything Gomez has created, overcome, refined, and endured leads into this moment like tributaries feeding a river. The narratives that once existed in separate universes, music, acting, health battles, advocacy, entrepreneurship, now feel like facets of a single, coherent identity. And the industry is finally seeing the whole picture. Some stars mesmerize us with their mystique. Selena Gomez captivates with her transparency. In a world where celebrity branding often demands polish, restraint, and a carefully curated relatable persona, Gomez took a different approach: openness. Real openness. The kind that cuts through screens and feels startlingly human. Her honesty about mental health wasn't a PR spin, it was a reflection of a lived fight. Her openness about chronic illness, fame fatigue, and the complexities of self-worth didn't make her seem fragile, they made her feel accessible, real, and courageous. This honesty forged a bridge between her and her audience that can't be undone. When Selena wins, or even when she's nominated, the moment reverberates beyond Hollywood. Fans feel like they win with her. They cheer not just for the star on screen, but for the person who survived enough storms to appreciate the sunlight. Her Golden Globes nomination is not just a bullet point on a resume. It is a collective emotional victory for millions who see pieces of themselves in her journey. It's hard to overstate how much Only Murders in the Building transformed how people experienced television during the early 2020s. The series sat at the intersection of comedy and mystery, nostalgia and newness, satire and sincerity. It was neither too dark nor too shallow, an almost perfect balance during a time when the world was desperate for something clever but comforting. Gomez's presence was central to this balance. She grounded the show. She gave it emotional weight where it needed it and comedic quiet where it deserved it. While her veteran co-stars delivered punchlines with decades of mastery, Selena delivered micro-expressions, eyebrow flicks, and tiny breaths that said more than entire monologues. The show didn't just entertain people, it made them feel better. And that's often what award voters look for, even subconsciously. Performances that linger. Characters that keep living in your head after the credits roll. Stories that become a safe place to land. This nomination feels like a nod not only to Selena's performance, but to the cultural footprint the show has created. Awards bodies can be slow to adapt to changing definitions of talent. They often prioritize the obvious, big dramatic moments, explosive roles, loud emotional scenes performed at full volume. Gomez earns her power through subtlety. Her comedic style whispers instead of shouts. It invites instead of demands. It lets audiences lean in instead of pushing them back. This kind of performance is rarely the first to be recognized, but once it is recognized, it's remembered. Industry insiders have spent years underestimating the difficulty of playing the straight man in comedy. Doing less, ironically, requires more skill, more precision, more internal control. Selena Gomez mastered that understated art. And in 2026, voters could no longer overlook it. Here's the truth that fans, critics, and even fellow actors have started to recognize: Selena Gomez is entering the most powerful era of her career. Not because of the nomination itself, but because of what it symbolizes. She has proven she can anchor a hit series. She has earned the respect of comedic titans. She has built an empire that reaches far beyond acting. She has maintained authenticity at a level nearly unheard of for someone with her fame. And she's finally being recognized for her artistic precision. Whether she wins or not, the nomination is a pivot into a new chapter, one where doors that were previously cracked open are now swinging wide. Leading roles. More ambitious projects. Greater creative control. Maybe even directorial ventures. Selena Gomez is no longer the underdog, the underestimated talent, or the sentimental favorite. She is, undeniably, one of Hollywood's most multifaceted forces. Whispers around industry circles suggest Selena could walk away with the trophy. Not because it's owed, or overdue, or politically convenient, but because she earned it. Her performance is fresh without trying to be trendy, classic without feeling old, emotional without being melodramatic, and comedic without pandering. Her co-stars, past collaborators, and even competitors have praised her growth. And audiences, the truest metric of all, adore her. If she wins, the internet will explode in celebration. If she doesn't, the nomination will still stand as a turning point that cannot be unturned. Either way, Selena Gomez will walk into that awards ceremony as something she's never been before, a contender in the purest sense of the word. Selena Gomez's journey to the 2026 Golden Globes is more than the story of an actress receiving long-awaited recognition. It is the story of a woman who refused to be rushed, pressured, boxed in, or defined by anyone else's timeline. Her success didn't erupt, it unfolded. Her talent isn't loud, it's deep. And her nomination isn't a culmination, it's an overture. For years, Selena Gomez stood at the edge of prestige television, the music industry, entrepreneurship, and cultural impact, quietly doing excellent work, quietly transforming, quietly preparing. Now, she stands in the spotlight not because she chased it, but because excellence eventually shines, no matter how softly it begins. And if this nomination feels like the start of something bigger, that's because it is.